Daydreamer Place.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This update is an exciting one. The Dark Knight's Captain Pallanus has finally been released and there's a lot of buzz on her, as well as the major perks that have come out with her update as well. I'll be definitely making a video on the jumping event, but first let us take a look at her skill set. So for her passive, for one hit she will not exceed damage received by 15% of her max HP. So this is the first hero that has 15%. Normally special heroes all have 20%. Okay, so this makes her additionally bulky. If she drops below 50%, she'll recover full HP up to 5 times. So this is similar to what Battery has. But Battery's one, she needs her exclusive item, but for Pallanus it is inbuilt by default. She also increases accuracy rate of all allies by 50%. This is the second hero who increases accuracy rate for all allies. Okay. And lastly, for her passive, she has this very unique situation whereby she becomes immune to all damage 3 times when an enemy dies, which means she gets 3 void shields, okay, on top of whatever she has when an enemy dies. Okay, I think it stacks. I haven't been paying attention even though I've been testing her. Okay, I think it stacks. So it seems like there's no limit. If there is, do let me know. So imagine her in a death team. Can she accumulate 6 to 9 void shields if opponents just fall to death simultaneously? I think that's really very cool. Okay, so for her first skill, Formidable Strike, it ignores defense, pierce, inflicts 240% in total, and also has chain attack. Okay, so if you look at this, chain attack means that if an opponent dies, she's going to do it again. So this will basically, when this happens, if she does activate chain attack, she basically already has 3 additional void shield, am I right? Or even more, right? And also this is a piercing skill. If you look at her second skill, it's also a piercing skill, Siege Operation. Decreases hit shield buff as well, deals the same amount of damage, and also applies exploit vulnerability. So if you are familiar with Clemith and Cult, you know that exploit vulnerability actually does increase damage, and also she's able to have 100% accuracy, okay, for this skill, basically does not miss. So for her awakened skill, it inflicts 100% 3 times, 300% in total, decreases enemy buff duration by 4 turns. This is the first hero who has 4 turn reduction by default. Okay, Cult has it, but you need her, you need to unlock her awakened exclusive item, I mean. Okay, and also destroys enemy defense. I have no idea why they have to call it destroy enemy defense. In the past, we just had offset defense, right? And this is similar to Platine's skill, offset defense. Basically, if the enemy has higher defense, it will do more damage. So this is kind of a tank team wrecker. Okay, it also does on 5 enemies, so it's quite a wreck. And she is also pretty tanky herself, right? So her exclusive item, okay, level 46, increases the decreases the charge timing, yeah, and allows her to use it quickly. So that means you can use the 4 turn reduction very early. Okay. Second stage increases crit rate. Third stage she becomes agile. So oh my goodness. So agility for her is super huge. She is someone that needs a Willful Ring or Guardian Ring. I would strongly recommend the Guardian Ring because Guardian Ring with agility, okay, Guardian Ring with agility is very insane. You need to use 7 different skills to hit her, okay, unless the opponent uses a skill with exploit vulnerability. But let's just say that normal skills, okay, you need 7 skills to touch her. So that is really very tanky itself, and you need to get rid of her shields first before you can touch her. And she also gets back 3 shields each time the opponent dies. So I mean, honestly, right, she's gonna survive very long. And later on, when I show you her arena testing, you are gonna see that she really does not die. So some of the recommended equipment that I suggest, of course, will be the Guardian Ring. And she note that she does not have critical at all in her entire skill set, so it's highly recommended that you give her double crit weapons. Okay, with her exclusive item, you can easily hit past 100% critical, and she will do critical for all her skills. Which also suggests that she should be the defensive leader by default, because you're not giving her speed or speed weapons basically. And also, I'm wondering if giving her Isabella's Vigor is actually good, because with her healing, she's going to be even harder to take down. Okay, but take note that she's a physical hero. Okay, so for Isabella's healing to heal a lot, you need a very high physical attack. And without Eileen currently, actually the heal is not too much. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you guys my team right now. I'm using this team. I think most people are using this team. Okay, maybe some of the higher tier players will use Battery over Amelia, but I'm using Amelia because I'm really frightened of debuffs, and I don't actually have much gold, as you can see. So my sadly my Pallanus cannot be fully limit broken yet. Okay, yet. I don't want to use my rubies. Okay, because just too much was spent. So I'm giving her double crit. So you can see 38% plus 40% with her exclusive item. It's already 98%. And with innate crit rate and also masteries, you're gonna definitely hit through 200%. So double HP as well. You give her a very, very high HP so that she can live longer. And also Guardian Ring 7 times, and I tested her with Isabella's Vigor, so later on you guys can check it out how much it actually heals. So for her jewels, I gave her 30% chance to survive 1 HP, lethal rate and debuff resist. Lethal rate because there are times when I felt that her damage output wasn't high enough, so I was hoping that she would do a little bit of chance to do lethal damage, and also lethal rate so that she will move a little bit more. And of course, debuff resist because she has no debuff resist at all. So you have to give her debuff resist if you're not running Amelia, of course. And of course, if you run Amelia, debuff resist is also important because Pallanus can survive super long in the match, and you will hopefully want Pallanus to resist every sort of debuff thrown in later at the late match by Rin, by Sylvester, by basically Rin and Sylvester. Maybe even opponent Amelia, or if you are running death team, you definitely don't want to be deafed. Okay, so we're gonna go in for a few matches. I'm gonna show you some clips of 3 matches or so that I've recorded. So you're gonna check out 3 matches. Let's go. But before this, I'm actually gonna do a quick change of jewel to my increased awakening gauge, because I realized that Pallanus doesn't really skill much, so I need to give her increased awakening gauge to try to let her use her awakening skill and reduce portents quickly in the early match. Okay, so for the first match, this match you have to watch it all the way. Okay, at the end we are gonna tackle a very important question: Can Pallanus fight one-on-one with Sylvester? So as you can see, I put Pallanus in the front row to enhance her defense by a lot. Okay, 100% increase in defense. I do realize that after a lot of matches, okay, Pallanus doesn't move so much because lethal wise, Carl and Rin has very high lethal. So here are some of the matches that she actually did something. So as you can see, she's still at 0 health, okay, and very quickly she's using her awaken skill already, because after 1 skill she will basically charge it. Unfortunately, the opponent has Clemith, so they can't do anything there. Even Sylvester is not even, the opponent Sylvester is not even at his berserk stage, which is a pity. So this, you will see her taking just nothing at all from Rin's attack, as long as she has her void shield. Okay, she actually gained some void shields, 3 void shields I mean, because 1 opponent died. So now she got back 3 void shields. Because opponent Clemith died. If you can see the icon above her head. Sorry for the lag here. So basically, well, this match I would say is pretty fast. Opponent hits very strong, I hit very strong, and we are just down to this 2. Okay, so you can see this is Pallanus' full moment. Okay, it's 1v3 in fact, and there she kills Carl with her own hands, and she gets back 3 void shields. And due to her agility, you see the counter only is at 2, and the counter blinks, meaning there's only 1 left. So here, we are just gonna look at her do her thing. Sadly, she can't chain attack because Rin lives on 1 HP. This is where it's very scary, because if she gets electrified then things will change, but thankfully she didn't. Okay, thankfully she didn't. I didn't give her cooldown increase, so immunity, so she's getting a lot of cooldown increase from Sylvester once he uses Dark Strike. One of the reasons why I didn't do that in the first place was because I don't want her to be fighting with others using her skill in the early game. So as you can see here, I sped up the video because this is really the one-on-one match. Everyone hopes to, they really want to know, you guys really want to know if she can take on Sylvester head on with all her piercing skills and normal awakened skill. Of course, Sylvester has a 3-turn berserk remaining, and probably he left 1 now. So this is the threshold, I would say. Okay, that she can definitely take on a Sylvester who has 3-turn berserk. Sylvester can just keep whacking her with all sorts of skills, and she's just gonna eat it and finally do the final blow. So yeah, that's how tanky she is. For this second match, she does put in some work as well. I realized there's quite a lag in Arena. I'm not sure if it's my phone or it's due to the animations. So this is kind of like a damage output, as you can see. It's not too big, and due to a lot of opponent having shields and whatnot, you end up getting a lot of 0 damage done. But she can remove void shields. I think her hit shield buff removal skill is gonna be very, very useful in time to come. So over here, Clemith again. Clemith walls the awakening skill, just like how Clemith walls Rin's awakening skill. Same thing here. If you guys want to see her awaken skill, you must watch the next match. The last match of the video, okay, which is also the next match, you will see the power of her awaken skill. I managed to capture it after so long, so many tries. So right now, opponent isn't dying. My Pallanus isn't getting her shields. Okay, 1 has fallen. And as you can see, she has 1 additional icon, which is the number 3 on top of her head. I mean, she's pretty much standing there like a rock. I mean, she's not even You know, she's not even near. She doesn't even go near to below 50 at all. And I hope you guys have been looking out for Isabella's vigor, because I do realize she only heals about 900 each skill at level 50 with such equipment as you saw. And here she just eats up Rin's awaken skill like as though it was nothing. Nothing touched her at all. It's just like a breeze, you know, like blowing past her. Once again, okay, so this is kind of a situation where I really want my other heroes with buff reduction to go and use their skill. Instead, I don't want Pallanus to use it, unfortunately, because Pallanus skills won't be able to reduce anything. So if this is a situation that you face, then you know, Rin is better off with the cooldown increased immunity, of course. So yep, she's there standing like a rock. She didn't do much after like the back of the match. So in this particular video, you will see her awaken skill being used because I managed to bring down Clemith and it was a very close call. So do check it. Do wait for it. Okay, wait for it. Start off with a Draconic Descent. Opponent has some non-immunity to electrify, so yeah. As long as Clemith is on the field, you cannot, I would say you can't really see the potential of Pallanus, because yeah, if your Pallanus moves, then she's gonna get her awaken skill fast. If Clemith is there, you're not gonna see it. If Pallanus doesn't move, she won't charge her awaken bar, and then you still won't see the awaken skill. So it's a very tricky situation here. Over here, Rin does nothing, and I'm actually very. At this point when I was watching this match, I was like, oh damn, I can't use the awaken skill to its full effect. But oh, Clemith died, and right at this moment she uses the awaken skill. So this is the damage output, guys. Holy crap. It's super strong. The awaken skill is super strong, and of course you need quick weapons, otherwise it's not gonna even do that much. Okay, the quick weapons contributes a lot, and it's really super strong, her awaken skill. So now I'm just trying to get rid of the three buggers who refuse to budge, really. Actually for me too, I have 4 buggers. Sylvester and his awaken skill is like the most, I would say, pretty useless, especially in late match. So in late match, you want Pallanus to go. You want Pallanus to move. Actually, that depends. I take that back. That depends. If your opponent is just filled with buggers like Rin and Sylvester, then Pallanus may not do that much. As you can see here, she does remove hit shields, but hit shields at the back of the game is not gonna do much. Okay, her chain attack is probably not gonna take effect if you're facing a Rin or facing a Sylvester or facing a battery. Okay, so pretty iffy now that I think about it. She is a wall, definitely. She is a very good wall. If you limit break her to the max, you are definitely gonna see some results. So yeah, I hope this video has shed some light on how to use Pallanus, and hopefully you guys will have all the best luck in getting her. She is really very strong in terms of survivability. Her output wise, she can be better, but you know, I think her skills are still pretty okay. Okay, as her awaken skill does a lot of damage, as you saw just now. So hopefully you guys can get her, and all the best. And I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Next video I'll be covering the jumping event, and also I'll probably be doing a live stream of Pallanus Arena because I think it's super fun to use her and I can't wait to use her. If you found this video helpful, do give it a like and subscribe to my channel. It will mean so much. And thank you for all the support you guys have given me on Facebook as well. I can't wait to show you guys the next video. So thank you and see you.